Before we get to today's show, I wanted to share a quick reminder that being financially organized is one of the biggest factors in building wealth. Want to be a millionaire? It's not going to happen if you're not organized with your money. So, how can you get organized? Well, our favorite app is Empower. It's free, allows you to connect your banks and brokers, and it gives you daily income and expense updates. Ready to try it out? You can sign up at thecollegeinvestor.com/empowermoney. Hello and welcome to the College Investor Audio Show. So happy you're hanging out with us today. Let's take a look at this article. The Department of Education tells IDR applicants to reapply after payment error. Grr! We'll get to it in just a second, but first, a quick reminder, anytime you hear a podcast, look at the article along with it. You can dive in deeper, get links and resources, everything you need to know at thecollegeinvestor.com. Like, follow, and all the buttons on social media. Just type in the words The College Investor, and you'll find us. Pretty much anywhere you're hanging out, we're there too. All right, here we go. Federal student loan borrowers are reporting a new email from the Department of Education telling them that their income-driven repayment application produced an incorrect monthly payment because of some sort of error, and that they have to resubmit and an entirely new application to fix it. Doggone it. The email lands in the middle of the tightest deadline window borrowers have faced in years. The department began sending the 90-day notices to more than 7 million Save Plan borrowers on July 1st, which puts the decision deadline for the first wave by September 29th. And people who actually didn't procrastinate are just, losing days they don't really have. So here's what the email actually says. Borrowers who recently applied for IDR received an incorrect payment due to an error. They have to resubmit a new application to enroll in the plan they want and get the correct payment. If a borrower never received notification from their servicer that the application was processed, it wasn't processed. It was canceled. Borrowers are directed to log in to studentaid.gov and check My Activity to confirm the status of their application. Here's the catch. That third point, that if you never received notification your application was canceled, is going to catch people. A canceled application doesn't necessarily announce itself. Borrowers who submitted paperwork and assumed silence meant processing may find nothing in the queue at all and no forbearance protecting them while they wait on it. Kind of echoes what happened to borrowers with pending save requests, whose applications servicers began denying outright just earlier this month. Let's take a look at the bigger picture real quick. This isn't an isolated glitch. CNBC reported in June that the online IDR application was failing to display all plans a borrower qualified for, particularly the PAYE plan, and was showing inaccurate monthly payment figures by quoting $50 per month regardless of your income. Forbes contributor Adam Minksy documented additional failures, including miscalculated payments for married borrowers and prompts pushing people toward consolidation, which isn't always a good thing. This is important because consolidating in 2026 can quietly erase forgiveness progress. Not good. And it's really not helpful for most borrowers who aren't exiting default. So, Protect Borrowers reported that roughly 530,000 IDR applications were just sitting unprocessed, a figure that matches the last court-ordered status report. The GAO warned in March that the department had cut its workforce roughly in half and discontinued assessments of servicer accuracy and call quality across a portfolio exceeding $1.6 trillion. And the monthly status reports that let the public track any of this have now ended since the original settlement statement that required them only allowed 6. Here's how this all connects. We've tracked the IDR backlog through its full arc, from 1.9 million applications in April of 25, down to 576,000 in a March court filing, with the department finally processing more applications than it received and new online applications clearing in roughly 3 to 7 days. Not bad. But that improvement is exactly what makes this email frustrating, right? The process finally got faster, and then a calculation error pushed some borrowers back to the fray. The stakes are now higher than normal since there's 7 million people that have to leave the Save Plan, and this means picking the right plan is really essential. Getting the wrong number in front of you at the moment you choose between them is a costly mistake, to say the least. Run and validate your own figures through our student loan calculator or the RAP calculator before you trust the application's estimate. We also have an easy-to-use student loan calculator app as well. And you can find all the links to those inside this article at thecollegeinvestor.com. All right, here's your action plan. Log in to studentaid.gov, open My Activity, and confirm whether an IDR application is actually pending. If there's no record and there's no servicer information, treat it as canceled and reapply. Screenshot everything. Document, document, document. And also be skeptical of anyone offering to fix it for a fee, as deadline pressure is a favorite setup for student loan scams. Be on the alert for scammers. They're everywhere. And that is our show for today. I hope it was helpful to you. If you need help on this, please talk to humans, not your favorite AI thingy. It will lead you astray. And we have the data to prove it. Anyway, you can find us, like us, and follow and all the clicky buttons on social media. Type in the words The College Investor. You're going to see us pretty much anywhere you are. Ask us directly. We will point you in the right direction. You can also follow or just log into thecollegeinvestor.com. Type in the words of the title of this podcast into the search bar. You're going to find all the resources you need to pick the right plan for you. Thanks for stopping by today. We'll talk to you again real soon.